Hello and welcome to another Sinister Sunday. Today we're traveling to Egypt to find out what sinister secrets they're hiding there. Let's start at the Valley of Kings, located along the Nile River near Luxor. The Valley of the Kings is one of the most important archaeological sites in Egypt and really the entire world. The valley served as a burial ground for the pharaohs from the 16th to the 11th century BC, though it really only gained international attention in modern times after they discovered the tomb of King Tut in 1922. The excavation of King Tut's tomb was founded by an English aristocrat, Lord Caravan, who died of an infection shortly after the burial site was discovered, launching rumors of a pharaoh's curse that continued to inspire works of fiction and mummy sequels a century later. Today, visitors to the Valley of the Kings sometimes claim to see the image of an Egyptian pharaoh riding a chariot pulled by ghostly black horses. Hosting a few hundred dead pharaohs for the past 5,000 years, the rumor that the Valley of the Kings is haunted should come as no surprise. Not only does the pharaoh, on his chariot with his horses, roam the valley, but there is also strange noises, footsteps, screams, and shuffling without any source. The watchmen believe these are the spirits of the deceased whose tombs have been desecrated. Now they are looking for their treasures, which are largely crammed into the Egyptian Museum a few hundred miles away. On top of that, the mummy's curse has made King Tut's gravesite a creepy place. Lord Caravan died before he could harvest the fruits of his investment due to an infected mosquito bite on his neck. The later inspection of King Tut's body found a similar wound on the young pharaoh. Howard Carter, the archaeologist who found the site, died due to the chemicals used in the chamber after it was discovered. Hence, his greatest discovery was also his doom, spreading more superstition over the apparent curse on the tomb. However, there's no curse inscribed anywhere. On the death mask and the innermost coffin, the same spell from the Book of the Dead is written in hieroglyphics. There was an inscription at the foot of the statue that was inscribed with a warning, possibly to ward off grave robbers. Now we're heading to Baron Empin's palace. The history of the Baron's palace is haunting in itself. However, this old gem of a palace is believed to be subject to quite a literal haunting. Neighbors have witnessed the building's windows opening and closing at will, lights in the rooms going on and off. Despite the house being abandoned for many years, initially believed to be a go-to address for satanic meetings, the Baron's story reads like a horror novel. After his widespread infidelity, his wife died in the palace after falling down the impressive spiral staircase of the main building. His daughter, who suffered from mental illness, passed away just a few years later. Her condition had made her sit in the basement for days at a time. A secret corridor beneath the building is said to lead to the Baron's final resting place, adjacent to the basilica. Who knows? Maybe it's the Baron's ghost himself who is still haunting these premises. The Great Pyramids. Can a pyramid be haunted, you ask? Why, yes, of course. Many eyewitness reports have seen a man and his 3 children dressed in clothes typically from the 1920s roaming around the Great Pyramids looking for something. The much creepier story surrounding the hauntings of the pyramid is that the ghost of a pharaoh, Khufu himself, who is the proud owner of one of them, dressed in his traditional ancient Egyptian armor, he appears at midnight and walks the streets, visiting houses and telling their inhabitants to leave the area. Over to Dashur military training base. Dasher, also known as the location of the training session for young soldiers, has been a haunted scene for many, and not just because of the grueling training sessions of the conscripts. There's been many reports claiming that the superiors are not the only ones shouting on the grounds. According to many soldiers, they have heard shouts and screams as well as gunshots in the middle of the night, despite no unauthorized personnel being allowed anywhere near the training camp. Even proper ghosts have apparently been sighted. One witness claims to have seen a dead army general walking out as if he had never left to the beyond. Then there's a haunted house in Mady. Some time ago, there was a murder in a house over on Dina Road. Rumor has it that the girl lost her life in the building and never left the premises. One gentleman went in search of the house and located it. He wanted to see for himself if the place was haunted. As he entered the building, he saw nothing but empty rooms covered in a thick layer of dust. The only thing gracing the floor was the pillow leftovers. However, there's a reason why the house is only host to nothing but dust. Since the murder, nobody has been brave enough to reside in the rooms, as they are said to be still the home to the dead girl whose spirit never left the premises. Were those stories from Egypt sinister enough for you? Thanks for joining us on another Sinister Sunday. If you like this content, check out the playlist Sinister Sunday for more. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We'll see you next week.